This body is war. It is all I know now, and maybe all I've ever known for sure in my life. This war has been with me since the sun shined for the first time on my young bright eyes, full of hopes and dreams from an obsolete millennium. The world I was raised to survive in no longer exists. I'm guessing it was replaced with a strange void. I call it strange because it isn't exactly void. It is something and contains some things, but I don't recognize what they are. And I say I guess because I wasn't there when it was replaced. It just was, then it wasn't. Simulacra and simulation. These words can leave my head as if they hold some special meaning in my life, but I don't recognize them, except as some obscure technical term, something you will hear out of a goddamn hippie bohemian high off his mind of synthetic weed that reeks of car smoke. Or maybe it was one of those IT dorks. Either way, I can't remember, but in dreams it comes to me sometimes. When it first visited me, it was like a screaming cathode fist coming out of a glass screen. My first impulse was to smash my head against it, fracture my skull against its roughness, and let it be done there. But I didn't, because I already knew it was deep inside of me, and no amount of running will help me escape from it. I should have done it. I never liked being a victim, but that's what the psych tells me I am. My generation, a generation of victims. Victims of terrorism, of economic crashes, of technology, of failed households without light bulbs and too much electricity and too few pills for all the sick children. Fuck, I don't really know about it. I guess I've never really put too much thought in that. I was too busy surviving and enjoying whatever youth it was left for me after being put through a ringer. I guess I do remember the screams, the warm light of a screen, giving some respite from the world. The same screen that made me understand what it is that I am and what I should do about it. Some people call it brainwashing, but I wouldn't. Brainwashing is when you need to get someone to accept something they wouldn't even consider during their waking or sleeping lives. Me and all those others millions of kids weren't brainwashed. We already had it in ourselves. I guess we just needed a little kick over the edge, and that's it. That's why we couldn't tear away from it at the start, during it, or at the end. We already have it built within us. What they did was just push our buttons in order to awaken certain parts, make certain others go to sleep. The result was a catatonic awareness, a full dive of our consciousness into a hyper-reality we didn't understand. In the same way, you don't need to understand how to breathe. You just do it, and that's it. Messed up, right? Things should be real, they shouldn't be. But that's not how it is. Next time someone tells me they don't believe in ghosts, I will laugh at them. I see ghosts every day, fading in and out of my world. Not vengeful ones, like in those Asian kinos. Different ones, filled with a quiet sorrow, anemic in character, and just plain pathetic. The kind that will make you want to take them by the shoulders, shake them and just yell at them. Then I realized that there's a mirror in front of me. All the walls in my house and around me have become mirrors, and I can never escape my own wrathful gaze. Imagine you're in a dream, one of those that feels very real, where you can even smell the things around you. When you wake up, it's obvious that it was a dream. Why? Because of the feel. Dreams feel different. Like existing in them is not nearly as taxing as existing in real life. For me, it was the other way around. When I returned to the meat space, it was weird. Like I wasn't really alive and I had left my real self on the other side of the screen. I remember watching my best friend die in front of me. I was behind some sandbags and he was walking towards me when a kid popped out of an alley with an old rusty AK and shot at him. I remember I was listening to one of those Cardi tapes when I saw him fall face first into the pavement. My reflexes kicked in before I could even react. I raised my rifle,
Look at the kid through my hollow optic. Put the sight on his face, let out a perfect double tap. Ta-ta. Pink mist. Look at the camera to the side. Flash a smile. Perfect commercial for EOTech, Oakley, Colt, and Colgate. I ran over to check the kid I had just nailed. The 2 5.56 rounds had gone clean through his cheek, as if they were 2 small blood teardrops. I returned walking on my friend's footsteps traced out in the sand, half expecting to see a doppelganger of myself standing like an idiot behind those sandbags, then getting shot in the back by that dusty-ass kid as a disintegration loop. I reached him and turned him around using the strap on the back of his vest. The AK rounds had gone through his face, thrashing it completely. I remember he had decided to delete his Facebook earlier that week, and that made me laugh until my stomach hurt. Like Cardi, my stomach hurt. I kept chuckling to myself for half an hour after that. That was not the first time, and not the last time my best friend died in front of me. Sometimes it's different places. I've seen it in a desert, in a jungle, in the Arctic, in a slum. Is there a limit to how many places are there? Who builds these motherfuckers? I've seen rooms built out of all kinds of materials. Concrete, brick, wood, thick steel slabs, opaque glass, drywall, plaster, children's wallpaper, mud huts, an abandoned factory, a deserted Soviet office building, an old missile silo, a cozy town library, a gas station, a decadent Berlin club bathroom. I know all these angles by heart, silently stuck up, and slowly slice the pie, and check corners, breach doors, and rappel through windows, watch 360, take point. Fuck, I'm getting sidetracked again. Focus. I think about the Higgs particle a lot. Scientists say it gives mass to things, and at least to me, things can exist without mass. One can only imagine the equivalent of the particle in the virtual space, where the things don't have mass, but they do, where those spaces don't exist, but they do. God's very own particle, although I know that's a misnomer, because God is not inside the virtual space. I asked my pastor once about killing. It clearly is a sin, but when you do it because you have no other choice, what happens to your soul? He told me, as long as I don't enjoy doing it, it's okay. I thanked him and went on my way. What I really wanted to ask him though is, what happens when you don't enjoy it, but don't feel anything about it either? I think of all those people I've shot. I lost count since I don't know if I shot them inside a sim or for real. There is no more telling them apart from me. Sometimes I feel this is a purgatory, and I just do the same things all over again and then forget about them. I wish I could have a breakdown, just be unable to face the spectrum of realities out there. That's how you know you're fucked up, when you can look at all the messed up stuff you've made over the years without lying to yourself or downplaying it, just staring it at the eye without blinking. It feels like a machine is saying these words instead of me, the ghost in the shell, but that will be a lie. There's no machine, there's only me. The me you're seeing right now is the same with all the me's that have stalked around virtual fields and cruised through the info highways, love-hating every second of it. This is me, this is my body, and this body is war.